GamecocksOnline.com. I'm joined by head track and field coach Curtis Frye after day 2 of the East Regionals. I punched a few more tickets to Eugene today, Coach. Take us through kind of the events. We'll start right in the morning with Caleb Zudem and the javelin.
Oh, that seemed like a whole day. Just being there for 3 hours with Caleb was so exhausting. You know, when he threw his first throw and it was 221 feet, 23 feet, I really thought it was off to a good start, and it was going to be more of those. And then, initially he was in fifth spot, and then after the second round, he's went all the way from fifth to eighth, and then the first 3 throws in the next round moved him to 11th. And then we had to sit and wait, and then he threw, and he stayed at 11th. And then there's 16 people in that round, so it seemed like forever waiting for the next person. And then and those 5 other guys to throw, and only 2 of those guys go by him, and he's out of the national meet. So it was I know for him it was probably nerve-wracking, but for Coach Sarge and myself and the athletes that came out that were following him online, that was a hard day's work to watch him go through that throw and get himself to the national championship, second time in his career. And we're so proud of Caleb. He's the president of our Student Athletes Advisory Committee, and an excellent student, already graduated from college and he has another year eligibility and maybe come back for graduate school. But it's just good to have that kind of student athlete come through and get to the national championship.
And we follow up with the women right after that, getting Aleeah Abraham through. She runs 52 mid again to qualify 9th overall and get in there for the quarter mile. So it's not bad to have a freshman make nationals in her first season with the team.
Aleeah, is quite an athlete, and her coming from Georgia to South Carolina, and then making to the NCAA Championships indoors, and now again outdoors to the NCAA Championship is just phenomenal, and one of the top freshmen in the country in the 400 meters, and we're quite happy with that performance today.
It seems like she's been running consistently, 52 mid, 52 low for the last few meets. Is there something technique-wise that she's been doing to kind of get those kind of consistent times?
I think a lot of it is her practice and getting some things together, and having a good group of practice partners. Erica Rucker is mature, has been injured most of the year, but Erica has gotten healthy recently, and that gives her a good training partner. And having Precious Holmes. And so when you get a tandem that can work together in a workout, cream rises to the top, and that's what she's got. She's got a good group, and we're looking forward to tomorrow of seeing those 3 along with Tyler and see what we can do in a 4x4.
And now we move on to the 400 hurdles. Speaking of Tyler, she gets through. You said yesterday she was kind of on the verge of really breaking out. She ran a great race yesterday to qualify for today, and then she goes out and runs a PR, qualifies for her third trip to nationals, actually, first since 2014. But how do you feel she did out there today?
I think she came so close to the biggest breakthrough, bigger than I expected. I think having a personal best is good, but Tyler has a little bit more left. And it's just a technical thing, and I think I think we got 10 days to work on that. I think there's a possibility of us seeing something really, really special. Tyler Brockington can be a special athlete. Her confidence. She's really still just a neophyte in the hurdles, and so she doesn't have she's not fearless. She still has fear, and so we've got to get her to understand how the hurdles work. It's something you do. It's not you have to execute a pattern, and it's not a thing where you can overrun it or you get too nervous and do the wrong things because of fear. Just execute what you practice, and that's the thing that we're bringing her around to. And today she came very close We'll get her to trust one more thing, and she made an error. If she doesn't make that error, then we may be talking about one of the best hurdlers in the country.
We wrap up our qualifiers from day 2 with UC Canerva on the 400. He ran a great race back in the 49s with a 49.87 time, and Greg Giles with another lifetime best in as many days. So you got to feel pretty good about your intermediate hurdles after day 2 now.
You know, our kids have been putting these things together. I mean, they're following instructions, then following the process. And so it's that time of the year that those kind of things happen whenever you follow the process. And we feel like that we have things in place to get a hurdler to their very best. We think we understand things about that event, that if a kid has the potential to be a world-class or NCAA level athlete, that if it continues the process, they're going to reach their ultimate goal. And so they're getting closer. You know, Greg was a 54-second high school kid over hurdles, and you know, and in 2 years' time, get him to 51. He stayed on the process, and he one day a breakthrough with me, a 49-second hurdler. And each day, I mean, he came close to being a 50-second hurdler today, and 51 flat would have got him to the NC2As, and he ran 51.45, which was 2 days back-to-back, a personal best. So we were really happy with him. And UC just really after the 5th hurdle, there was nobody there to take him to the finish, no race. He had to just stay on his pattern and try and run, and he actually needed a little bit more between the 8th hurdle and the 9th hurdle, somebody being there to make that into a race. And I think he could have gone to the Olympic qualifying standard, you know, 49.50, which he needs to hit so he can go to the Olympic Games. So he's only got 2 more shots. So we're quite pleased with that hurdle.
And we wrap up looking ahead to tomorrow. You put through 3 men in the 110-meter hurdles today. You put home TT in the 200, and then you also have Josh Awatunde coming back in the shot put tomorrow, and you got the relays as well. So there's a lot of more chances tomorrow to send some more to Eugene. What are you looking forward to tomorrow for the events?
Well, execution, and still, you know, I've been to this meet in many years, and you can get to this day and not have anything left. And it can be maybe one athlete, and that can make, when you got 20 plus athletes, we got 29 athletes here, that can be a very frustrating thing when you don't have anybody left. But to still have the opportunities and the goals that we have set for ourselves as a group, to have all of those goals left for us, something we set early in the year, to try to get ourselves in a position to be a top 25 team and to be top 15 on the men, top 25. All those goals are there, left, and tomorrow they can come to fruition. You know, we have to get our women's mile relay to the national championship, and that's big for us. And we have a triple jumper tomorrow, and that's one of the top triple jumpers in the country. We got to try to get, and then we got an outside chance of getting our women's 4x1 there. You know, we were going to gamble and run Erica Rucker, but Erica's a little sore in Achilles, and so we gamble, and then we lose the mile relay. You know, we can't afford to do that. So basically, we're going to have to do it with the kids we have and not make a gamble. So that's a coach's decision we made tonight. And then on the men's side, you know, we got to get those hurdlers through. That's what we are. You know, Dondre was the indoor All-American, and we didn't get the other 2 guys to the meet. Our goal is to get all 3 guys to the national championship. It takes 12 guys to get in. Right now, we're in position of 11 and under. We got the number 1 seed going tomorrow, so it'll take top 3 out of each heat. And I think we're number 1, number 5, and number 11. And you know, if they could give me those numbers right now, I'd be quite happy. But the problem is, hey, you got to run it. And so our guys got to come out tomorrow, and they got to hit on all cylinders, and they got to compete. They can't count yesterday. Yesterday's gone, and tomorrow's a new day. So I'll be holding my breath for everything to pan out. The hurdles are a strange event. Somebody can hit a hurdle, and it bounces in your lane. You know, so it's just it's Russian roulette. And but we got more shots than everybody else. So we're looking forward to that run. Our kids are prepared. The day it rained on them, they ran into headwinds, and they still executed and didn't panic. So I think preparation and the process, we're healthy. I feel good about it. Our 4x1 is one in which I think we're better than our numbers. 39.54. We ran in Philadelphia and Penn Ray on a cold day. I think we're better than that, and so I look forward to us making that effort tomorrow and executing our 4x1 and getting to the finals. TT, who knows? The day running out of lane 2, he had a great effort there. Give him a good position tomorrow. He won't be in lane 2, and so he may can get himself to the nationals. So Atunde, early in the year, looked like one of the top shot putters in the country, and his strength is growing. Today, he got his confidence back on his last throw on the discus, because he was ginger in the discus. He didn't go for it until it was the last throw, and I think he found out by himself that his groin is going to hold up, and so tomorrow he's got to go ahead and let it go. And like I told him last week, you can get well next year. Tomorrow's it. You get 3 throws, and you can't be timid on any of those throws. If not, hey, you'll be a healthy guy at home getting well, or you can be a guy that went for it and be your first time to the NCAA championship. So I think he'll go for it tomorrow.
Well, looking forward to seeing all those events going through, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.